In the Harry Potter universe, there was no cure for lycanthropy, the condition that causes a wizard to turn into a werewolf. The best solution one had was to drink the Wolfsbane Potion, a potion that was tricky to make, tastes terrible, fails if sugar's added, has to be taken each day of the week leading up to the full moon, and only keeps the wolf from going on a murderous rampage. However, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, we are briefly introduced to the Homorphus Charm by Gilderoy Lockhart, which apparently had the effect of turning the Wagga Wagga werewolf into a regular human being. If that is the case, then why doesn't everyone close to a werewolf just perform this charm when the time comes? Why bother with the immensely difficult and painful Wolfsbane Potion? I am the Media Dunce, and I will explore the mystery behind the Homorphus Charm and whether or not it constitutes a cure for lycanthropy. In Harry's second year, we are introduced to Gilderoy Lockhart, a man known for accomplishing many great things and documenting them in his many books. One of the accomplishments that stand out to me is his use of a spell identified as the Homorphus Charm, to turn a werewolf who cornered him back into a human. As we all know, Lockhart is eventually found to be a fraud, and most if not all of these accomplishments weren't his, but rather someone else's. However, even after being outed, he cited an Armenian Warlock as being the person who actually confronted the werewolf. This leads me to believe that such an event really did occur. Fact-checkers, upon encountering such a tale, would likely travel to the village in question. The biggest snag they would run into is who performed the heroics, but with the Warlock cited by the villagers as the hero not taking the credit, they might give Lockhart a pass and conclude that the feat was performed. So why don't people turn to this Homorphus spell to handle werewolves? Why did Snape have to make Lupin the dreaded Wolfsbane Potion during Harry's third year at Hogwarts? In Prisoner of Azkaban, there was an unknown spell that was used to turn Scabbers back into Peter Pettigrew. I believe that this unknown spell was the Homorphus Charm mentioned by Gilderoy, but some spells can behave differently. Expecto Patronum can be a wisp of smoke or a full-fledged animal. Lumos and Bombarda can both have Maxima appended to the incantation. Now, granted, animagi and werewolves are different, and the charm to transfigure an animagi is known, but I suspect that what was used on the Wagga Wagga werewolf is a variant of the Homorphus Charm.
Turn to page 394.
The Wolfsbane Potion, according to the Harry Potter Wiki, came during the late mid-70s. Gilderoy Lockhart began his journey in the 1980s, also according to the Wiki. When the Wolfsbane Potion came out, there was huge attention granted to it. There was also likely huge media coverage given to the drawbacks of the potion. Whenever a solution to a major problem has a ton of drawbacks, naturally, people are going to search for a better solution, which I believe is what this Warlock did. Instead of looking for a solution through potions, the Warlock looked for a solution through transfiguration, and began studying how animagi, werewolves, and the Homorphus Charm worked. It was through this research that he was able to one day transfigure the Wagga Wagga werewolf. So, is this a cure? After all, the village remembered Lockhart, or the Warlock, depending on who you ask, for removing a monthly terror. But was it because the guy never transformed again? I doubt it. Peter Pettigrew was able to transform back into a rat, indicating that the spell only applies to the current transformation. It does not block future transformations. So, where did the werewolf go? While we aren't told directly where this village is, we are told that it was the Wagga Wagga werewolf. And as it turns out, there is a Wagga Wagga, Australia. The fact that there is a Wikipedia page for the village in question means that there are muggles at risk. Consequently, the Australian Ministry of Magic would have to get involved, and remove the werewolf from the premises. So, the spell wasn't a cure for lycanthropy. It still appears to be a better treatment option than the Wolfsbane Potion. So why wasn't that used? Even by Dumbledore of all people. As you may have guessed, spells consist of more than waving a wand in a particular direction and saying a couple words. You have to have some knowledge of what you're doing. Lockhart caught up to the Warlock, as we know, extracted the story, and wiped the Warlock's memory. However, this likely occurred before the Warlock was able to document and publish his research. Consequently, the fact that a Homorphus Charm was used may be known, but not the modifications made to the original spell. Given that Dumbledore, who knew 2 of Lockhart's victims, had special compassion for werewolves, like Lupin, he probably was extremely upset that knowledge of a better lycanthropy treatment was eradicated. He may have in fact known the Warlock personally, and it's possible that McGonagall, the Transfiguration professor at Hogwarts, knew him as well. But what do you guys think? Is the story of the Wagga Wagga werewolf completely fake? Did the Armenian Warlock seek a better lycanthropy treatment than the Wolfsbane Potion? Is the charm used by the Warlock identical to, or similar to, the one used on Pettigrew? Or are they completely different spells? Why did J.K. Rowling choose Wagga Wagga as the place this alleged incident occurred? Why wasn't there a werewolf terror after the incident? Did J.K. Rowling plan theories like this out, or was this an oversight on her part? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below.